everyone, thanks for joining the Grapple Girl on this Sunday for the weekly roundup. Yay, weekly roundup. So I've been training a lot lately in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, so I felt ready to compete and I did so yesterday. And I want to share kind of my thoughts on competing as a hobbyist, as an older woman, and the things that I hope to work on moving forward. Because when I compete, it's not about how I do against that other person, it's really how I'm doing against myself. And I've competed since white belt level. I've competed, maybe this is my fourth time as a blue belt, and I've been a blue belt for 2 years now, so I don't compete that often. If I compete, I want to be able to train really regularly, 5, 6, 7 days a week, which is really hard to do when you have a full-time job. But I thought it was a good time to compete in Grappling Industries here in New York City. I've actually done this 3 times now around this time of year, so I'm pretty well versed in Grappling Industries. We were scheduled to start at 10:15 a.m. and we pretty much did start then, and it took about 2 hours for my division to finish up. Also, how awesome is it that so many women competed yesterday? It's amazing. Like, I'm so glad that more women are competing. I used to compete at a much higher weight class. I've dropped like 15 pounds since November, and I got to compete in the 150 to 165 category. And there were 6 girls, 6 girls in a small tournament. Like, that never happened. I lost all my matches. And when I watch those videos, I think to myself, wow, I lost because I didn't do anything. I'm getting better at competing in the sense that I'm not as scared or nervous. Last year, especially, for some reason, every time I competed, I was like scared shitless. So then at least this time, like my first 2 matches, I pulled guard right away. But my problem was that I didn't do anything. I didn't try to sweep. I had the collar and sleeve on the right side. I wasn't doing anything on my left side to kind of off balance them. I didn't do anything to sweep them. I was getting my right hand on the sleeve and I was getting my left hand in the collar and I was pulling on the person and I just wasn't aggressive enough to sweep. That's the thing. I was looked very like lazy and timid in the video. Like, you can't compete if you're just gonna sit back and chill, right? So of course, like, eventually I'm gonna get my guard pass. I can't play 5 minutes on my back and not create anything. And I can't believe I even pulled guard. Like, I'm not a guard player. I think a part of that's just I don't compete very often, so like I don't have that like aggression that I need instilled in me. I need to work on that and be more aggressive when I compete. I like to play up top. I like to pressure pass. My last match, I was doing that and I was doing so well, but I had such a bad injury that I had to just stop competing, which kind of sucked. So I know the next 6 weeks, that's all I'm going to be working on. Playing guard, pulling guard, looking for a sweep, whether it be De La Hiva, whether it be collar and sleeve, looking to off balance the person. Working on my left foot to do more if I'm working on that right side. I need to put that left foot on the bicep and off balance them. I need to push out more with my right foot too if I'm looking for a De La Hiva sweep and I'm trying to sweep them. I mean, there were so many missed opportunities. For some reason, too, when I competed yesterday and I lost my first match, I thought I did a lot worse overall. And I guess that's when the mental play comes into mind. Like, if you lose one in a round robin, you just gotta ignore it and get to work on your second one and take more risk and be more aggressive. But it kind of stifled me more, like, oh, I'm losing, I'm so terrible, I'm gonna lose them all mentality. And you become a prophecy, you're gonna lose them all. So also just working on the round robin and getting myself back in there and redeeming myself the next match, because the same mistakes I made in my first match I made in my second match. In my head it was a lot worse than this morning when I watched the video, and it was like I just didn't do anything. Like, of course I'm not going to win if I'm not going for a sweep or I'm not going for an omoplata. Like, of course I'm going to lose. So I need to get better competing. So I think I definitely want to try to compete a little more before the summer comes, try to get some more spring tournaments under my belt and just work on it, Like, if I could compete again and pull guard and then sweep someone, wow, that's like my game improved 100 times. So afterwards, I had some teammates ask me like, do you regret competing? No, of course not. I don't care necessarily if I lose. I just want to be better every time I compete. I want to be better than I was last time. I want to be not scared. I want to be in better shape, and I think I'm definitely in better shape. So I'm working on my weight goals and I'm meeting that. I wasn't nervous yesterday, which is out of character. I'm always so scared when I compete, and that kind of shuts me down. But yesterday I was excited to compete. My technique didn't show up. I need to be confident in my technique, and that's what I need to work on next now. So I'm not scared of competing anymore. I'm at a good weight class. Now I need to be confident in my ability to play on the back. And you know, when I played up top, I was so good. Like playing on top is just second nature, and I love that game. Like I love passing guard, and I need to develop, I think, the same passion and confidence in playing guard. And you know, I want to be a well-rounded jiu-jitsu player. And even though I'm a hobbyist, like, listen, I might not ever be good at competitions. I might not ever win any competitions. You know, I'm never going to be this international competitor. I might not ever be a decent competitor, but I want to be better than I was last time I competed. So I'm going to keep working on it. If anything, I'm motivated. And you know, in jiu-jitsu, it's really hard, I think, as a hobbyist to find ways to stay motivated, especially if you've been doing this 3.5, 4 years like I have. And I think most importantly, competing keeps you honest, right? Like you can't hide your weaknesses when you compete. They will be exploited. You know, when you just regularly train at your gym, you know all of your teammates' game. You know who's gonna want to play on bottom, who's gonna let you play on top, who has a really strong guard, who has plays spider guard, who plays De La Riva guard, how to break those. But when you compete and you've never faced these girls before, you don't know their game. You don't know what they're going to want to play. Also, they might not get a chance to play at their strength, which is what happened to me, right? I played guard, which is not my strong point. You might wind up in a scramble. You might get taken down. You might pull guard and then not know what to do. Competition is, you know, anything goes. And I think that's the kind of jiu-jitsu that, like, I want to focus on. Because God forbid something happens in real life where someone grabs me and I need to use jiu-jitsu to save my life. I can't be like, oh, I don't know how to play off my back. Can we can we change this up? Things that I need to work on: guard play, guard sweeps, you know, guard submissions. Just keep working on my guard game. I think in the next 6 weeks, I'm just gonna keep just playing guard with everyone and see what I do from there and ask for help. I think I've spoken about that in my last written blog post about being an experienced blue belt. I think it's just time to ask for lots of help because like I won't know the answers myself. And I'm really grateful that I trained at a school where my coach was with us for 2 hours, coaching me and my teammate and really walking me through what I needed to do. So I'm definitely gonna ask for help. I think that's like a big thing too moving forward. Like I want to keep improving my game, and now I know like where I am. So, you know, no shame in losing, although it does suck. And now I have concrete things that I want to drill before class every day. So all my fellow hobbyists, I'd say compete, especially women, compete. We need as many bodies as we can get so we can all improve. Sign up, don't be scared. You'll learn how to control the mental part. You'll learn how to sleep well the night before. Be kind to each other. There's no reason to be mad if you lose. The girls I competed with yesterday were great. We actually all exchanged numbers and videos. We're all looking to improve and help each other. And the better everyone else gets, the better you're gonna get. So I like the camaraderie in jiu-jitsu. It's still small enough where you get to know each other pretty well. And I'm sure I'll see these girls, you know, for the rest of my life if I keep competing. I'm looking forward to hopefully doing more bigger tournaments too that have a masters division. You know, it's hard competing against 18, 20-year-olds when you're 32. Make sure you subscribe to not miss any videos. Thanks for joining the Grapple Girls, their weekly roundup.